so get out the way. Saturday is
Welcome to Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, and while it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and the clash that we have in store today. Today, a Sunshine State showdown, and in Florida, they believe their level of football is just a cut above. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Florida Atlantic Owls, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Florida Atlantic ready to kick it off and get this game started. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bulls offense will take the field first. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates, and while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proven to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy each and every week. This dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks touch the ball every play. Their stats are good. Rushing stats count. Touchdowns, obviously. So it gets inflated. But if he can keep this consistency, it's still early in the season. He's a guy that the numbers are looking really good, and that Heisman talk's going to get louder and louder.
And the Bulls in the hurry-up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. All right, guys, big picture here. Let's talk some USF. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch of the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Brown will throw it. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Florida Atlantic's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Finds his tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with that catch.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. The Owls really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Off the boot, looking for his man. Quickly to the tight end. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
The safeties are usually the quarterbacks of the defense. They're getting everybody lined up. They're coming down the box and making big tackles, but they also do a great job on the back end with their coverage
Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
The Bulls will hustle to the line. Now the play fake. Throwing right. It's complete. Chopped out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. Send the tight end in motion. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Bulls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Brown wants to pass. Pressure coming. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. On target to the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The Bulls come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This offense is racking up some yardage, but they've got to be able to finish the deal by scoring touchdowns. The Sneak scores it!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Riding up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Kent State is currently ahead inside a jam-packed Dick Stadium, but the Golden Flashes have not been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by a field goal over Marshall. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. And the Owls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Fires to the tight end. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold on. Okay.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Messer. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Florida Atlantic has the offense humming. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Messer.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was make that catch. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Brown will throw it. Finds a spot in the middle. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. And the Bulls headed quickly to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Makes the grab, it's Singleton. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. He'll pull it on the read, fighting off the defender. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Good release by the QB. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Looking to push the pace with the no-huddle. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. The defense to take it in. Touchdown Bulls. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. To the air on first down. Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Gonna swing it on second down. The short hands, it's Messer. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Owls are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. That's the end of the period, and USF is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They've got a first down here to open the period. Off the play fake on first down. Grab near the marker, it's Platt. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. This Florida Atlantic offense is moving quickly. They'll run play action. Finds his man, it's Messer. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker. Give to the running back. And that should be enough to give Florida Atlantic the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. It'll be a draw. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice game. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Here comes the heat. He'll get rid of it. Finds a man on the left. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Big guy smells it. And he's gonna take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. It's a much-needed life for this offense as they tried to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
The AT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. From the gun, the ground game. Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
How about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. The Bulls moving quickly to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Up-tempo for the offense. Leaves it with the back. And some room to work. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. And the Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. Brown wants to pass. And makes the grab. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Completion a little short of the sticks. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Bulls come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Nimrod. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. From the gun, running back gets the give. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. And the Bulls come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Bulls started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He cannot get it in, a mere inches away from pay dirt. Now on second and goal. He'll do it himself. Touchdown, USF! And they take it in for 6 more points.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point.
Guys, big-time animosity between Arkansas and Texas A&M, and that's playing out again today. Arkansas took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. And for a program that's won double-digit conference titles between the SEC and the old Southwest Conference, this is big time. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. On the run, it's Sands. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires on the move. Got his man downfield. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The lone back's got it. Breaks into the open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Owls are on the move.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number 1, trying to get pressure on him. Get him to the ground is a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Hit as he throws. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Northern Illinois is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to San Diego State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34. Brown will throw it. He's looking deep. He's got it along the sideline. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Snagged in the middle. It's Nimrod. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The run from the shotgun. And into the end zone. Touchdown Bulls. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he added the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Looking for room. It's Terrell. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Tampa. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're gonna see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Raymond James Stadium.
And the Bulls will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
The Owls racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse. Slips one guy, now he's loose. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He's got it on the right. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Bulls will have it 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Wolf. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Lost to throw again. A strike downfield. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Brown wants to pass. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Ineligible safety, downfield, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. The give to the right. Jukes his way for more. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Grabbed behind the line. It's more. Touchdown, South Florida. And the beatdown has ensued. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They took it 68 yards on that drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point in the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
From the gun on 3rd down. Looking down the middle. Got his man on the right. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The running back has it. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. This Florida Atlantic offense is on a roll. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's clapped. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Offense working from the pistol. To the ground with the back. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. To the ground. He's got it again. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And the Owls kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll give it to the back. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And they take it in for 6 more points. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. Snapped it in the shotgun. And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty flag down, and I think the offense is going to pick up the first down. The defense was offside. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, nice job on the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job on the D.
So now it's 2nd and long. Brown will throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Nimrod. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Caught behind the line. It's Norton. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And the Bulls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. There he goes. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Ball security is so important. Turnovers lose you games, and this guy has put his team in some tough spots. He fumbled last week. He's fumbled again today.
The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The Owls can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Takes the handoff, it's Terrell. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Throws toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Brown wants to pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Out of the gun to give to the back. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Bulls send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Platt. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grab near the marker. It's Messer. And it looks as if Florida Atlantic will have enough for the first down. Wants to throw on first down. Sure hands, it's Messer. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to throw again. Fires to the right. He's got an open man. Turning it on. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his big tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On the ground, it's Terrell. He'll step out of bounds at the 11. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. That'll trim the deficit to 15.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls' offense will return to the field. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. And the Bulls want to crank the tempo. Off play action. The throw. And they can't make the connection on third down. The Bulls will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Platt. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Looking downfield on first down. He put some heat on that one down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And back to the air on second down. This time he's got it. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Back to pass. makes the catch. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. And that last completion left him short of the sticks. It's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. They're going to run it. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run it. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Now facing a 3rd and long. On the move, it's Terrell. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
They did a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And with the lead sitting at 9, they'll try to make it a 1-possession game. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Tough to beat in action, gentlemen. You know that. Let's take a look at the highlights. Kent State is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Josh Cribbs should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Marshall. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Bulls want to move quickly.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
They'll run it from the gun. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a 1st down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
The clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Quarterback on the keeper. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Push down for the tackle. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That thing would have hit a spring in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age when there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good to decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Caught over the middle. It's Collins. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
That's just not going to get it done, David. At this point of the game, you're trailing. You've got to pick up the urgency, and this offense is going to have to get more aggressive throwing downfield.
They're going to have to take shots, but I know that, right? The defense knows that. I'm going to stay deep, and I'm going to let you complete all these passes underneath because the clock running is my friend.
Got it in the middle. It's Henry. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Henry. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Wants to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls! And here they come, almost all the way back.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
So the first part of the job is done. They got the touchdown. Now for the two to make it a field goal game. They'll run it. He's going to be stopped short as they come up empty on the two-point try. They were hoping to get this game to within a field goal, but the lead stays at 5. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. The quarterback takes the snap and takes a knee. Points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works, a ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, create those negative plays. Just can't give up so many points.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
On this Saturday night, we under the lights, it's going down.